What's up out there? If you are working on the mastery grind or you plan on working on the mastery grind, this little technique or tip or whatever you want to call it might be helpful to you. So I wanted to present it while I still have the time because this is the last 4 items that I need to do for the mastery grind for the Atlas of Discovery. I'm just about done. Now, I would not recommend starting the mastery grind until you've gotten quite a few things in place first and foremost, like all of the astrology, all of this done. You want all these constellations completely done. You want this completely masteried out. And the reason being is because you do get mastery for a lot of these in here, or you get other benefits from having all of this done. So astrology should be kind of an early thing. You'll want as much summoning as you can get. There's some really good mastery or synergies in here. A lot of synergies revolve around the, which one is it? Not the fox, the owl. There's a lot of these. So there's a smithing one, a thieving one, a cooking one, a fletching one for summoning, crafting, rune crafting, herb lore, fishing, and woodcutting. So this gives you, and this is why I mentioned the astrology thing, this is plus 1.5% mastery XP per max star in whichever constellation in astrology. So this is an additional bonus that you can get to all your masteries with this synergy. Now that summoning agility has a ton of obstacles. You want to make sure you're optimizing for the most mastery XP that you can get. And there's a ton of things that you can take. I would not try to coincide this with skilling because you take a lot of penalties to skilling by taking some of these masteries. Like this one, well, this one's here. Plus 8% global mastery, minus 4% global skill. There's a number of these. All told, like for herb lore, what I'm working on right now, I am getting plus 94% global mastery XP, so I'm nearly doubling the mastery XP that I could be getting. Now, that also includes having, say, the expanded knowledge. I've got the skilling suit. I've got plenty of the mastery magnets. I've got this ghostly parrot, the Clue Chaser's insignia, any kind of item that gives you interval reduction or mastery XP, the ancient ring of mastery, stuff like that. I've got all of this equipped, so I'm getting the most possible mastery XP that I can get. You want all that in place first before you really start grinding on these. All the gear you can get, all the astrology, summoning, agility, that kind of thing. So I don't normally start the mastery grind until I've basically beaten all the combat and done all the other stuff because the mastery grind's very long. Now, what you'll find is you're going to run into issues in like crafting hardwood stuff because this, even though I have 1.5 million elderwood logs, because this chews up 125 at a time, this doesn't last but an hour or two. It basically vaporizes very quickly. So if you're trying to level this from 1 to 99 with this, you're going to be cutting a lot of wood. Well, the problem is you've already got woodcutting fully masteried out and you don't need to do that anymore. Or now that we've got all this imbued stuff added in, well, all the imbued stuff takes a lot of grind with the barrier dust and you need a lot of barrier dust. You need 8 barrier dust for each one of these that you're going to make, and that's going to take a ton of grind to get that done. So the technique is how you handle stuff that you don't have the materials for. And that also extends to like herb lore, this barrier ignite potion. I let this thing run overnight and I didn't get enough eroding barrier gems to do anything with it. I got like a couple hundred. It wasn't worth the effort. But if you look at something like this curse potion, I have 76,000 of this curse dust. Or I was working on this crystal sanction one earlier. This has 144,000 binding dust, pure crystal binding dust. So I've got more than enough to run this for a very long period of time. And the same goes for, say, melee accuracy. It doesn't matter. Pick a skill or pick an item in that section that is at 99 and that you have enough items for, and that's what this technique will do. So generally, I'm not going to go explain the whole mastery system. You're going to have to know how that works. But the basic gist of it is you apply mastery to the item itself from this side here, and then this side applies it to the mastery pool. What you're going to do is spend the mastery pool intelligently to apply it to the items that you don't have enough materials for. Now, when you level up, as you level these up in the mastery side, you will notice that there is a different value For instance, this is 515. If I click on the Unholy Potion, it's only 486. This is only applying 486 to the Mastery Pool, but it's applying 973 directly to this. So where possible, you want to directly apply the Mastery XP to the item. So in this case, I have plenty of this Unholy Dust. I have plenty of Limitile Herb, so I would just go and apply this to this. Now, that is going to build up the Mastery Pool in the background, so then I would take and spend that Mastery Pool down to whichever set point I want. Normally I would stay at 95%, but this is only doubling the potions. I don't care about doubling the potions right now. I'm trying to get done. So I moved down to 50%, and that's my comfort level is sitting at this. I will let it build up overnight, and we'll get back to that 95% mark tomorrow. Now, the point of this whole thing is you want to apply direct XP, direct mastery XP here, because it nearly doubles, or probably does double, what you can apply to the mastery pool. However, this is where the technique comes in. Once you've applied everything you can, if you're down to just say, well, like Barrier Igniter or which was this other one, not Cursed, Crystallization, this Barrier Touch. So let's say I don't have enough Barrier Touches to go from 92 to 99. What I would do, or even this Barrier Igniter, I know the Barrier Igniter is at 99, but I don't have enough of this. Let's say I was trying to get this one done. It's not at 99, but I don't have enough material. What I would do is click on any other one that is fully 99 and has enough material. So I have plenty of Garum Herbs and plenty of Bones. I can let this run at 520. Again, it doesn't matter. These are all going to be 520. So Diamond Lux, I have 520 and plenty of material. Damage reduction, not so much, but it's still 520. Plenty of stuff here, 520. You get the idea. So the gist of this is if I needed to get Barrier Igniters done and I didn't have enough of these things, I would run something else that is at 99 to carry this and fill up this Mastery Pool XP here so that I can spend it on the item that I need it to be spent on. Barrier Touch would be a good example. I can spend that up. I don't want to go below 50%, so I'll claim those. I still don't have enough, and I'll spend it on that one, and that one goes away. So I can come over here to Unholy Potions and let that run for a while. This will fill up, and it will fill up itself and the Mastery list, or the Mastery Pool up top. So that's the whole tip. And like for crafting, what I do here is buy leather gloves. The reason I do this is you can buy leather. It's real cheap. It only costs one piece of leather to craft this, and you're generating 1,061 Mastery XP every time you run it. So if you're trying to get hardwood armor done, and these you don't have enough material for it, you can use the leather armor to generate 1,061 and fill this bar up, and then spend that Mastery Pool down to fill out what you're missing over here on the one that's more expensive and harder to get. Hopefully all that makes sense. And there's a lot to this a lot more that could be said. But basically I wanted to pass on that you can easily get the other stuff done with all the bonuses you get, all the different, like this synergy. Like I said, I'm getting 94% bonus. So this here is applying 973 direct to this item, but it's also generating 486 over here. When I run out of all the stuff that I have to make this one, or it hits 99, I'll switch to the next one, like Crystallization or whatever, but then I won't have enough to run Barrier Touch to finish it off. In the meantime, what I'll be doing is, as this generates here and fills up this bar, I'll spend these, this will generate directly to Unholy Potion. It'll generate up here, which I will spend on Crystallization or Barrier Touch. And then once I'm out of all these that I have materials for, like if I still need Barrier Touch, I will switch to one that has 99 and use this up here. It gets complicated to explain, but basically the technique is to use something that is already at 99 that you have plenty of to generate this bar up here, fill this bar up, and then spend that bar down on the ones that you don't have the materials for. Long, convoluted explanation here, but that's basically what you're trying to do. Take what you have, generate enough Mastery Pool XP to spend it on what you don't have stuff to generate Mastery Pool XP for. You're always going to be better off spending direct mastery XP on the item itself, but you may not always have the materials for that, and that's where a technique like this comes in. So for potions, I would pick something else. For rune crafting, you could do like air runes. You could stock up on runes because you're going to get 99 on runes fairly easily if you've crafted a lot for the game itself, for playing, for combat and everything. So these are going to give you 1,352 directly over to here. Crafting, like I said, I use leather gloves because I can buy them. Fletching, you'll have plenty of trees by the time you get cutting. You can do normal short bows. You don't have to waste the expensive wood. Just do a normal unstrung short bow. Craft that thing up. You're going to generate 725. All of these generate 725. It doesn't matter what you're what you're fletching. In fletching, once they're at 99, they do 725 for the mastery pool. All of them. So it doesn't matter what you're at. You just do what you have available. So same thing goes with smithing. You can do bars. You can do, say you needed arrow tips for fletching, and try to tie as many things in together as you can. So if you need to work on, fletching something for mithril arrow tips, stuff like that, that's all other tips that I would give. But the basic gist of it is for something that's difficult, like fletching, crafting, herb lore, stuff like that. These are usually the last ones you'll run into because you'll run into material issues. You just won't have enough components for certain parts. That's what this tip is for. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope I didn't ramble too much because this is a difficult one to explain and get it all worded correctly. So anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.